Hey, how y'all doing? Um, Trying to get my headphones on. Try to be on time. It's coming. Order some food so I can have me some pizza puff. How y'all doing today? I started to say, um, 'cause I know somebody else gonna have a show today, and they always having a show when I'm having a show. And hey, how you doing, Dark Wolf? How you doing today? Today we don't have too many topics. Um, it's an open show today. Normal time about 10. I have a whole open top shows, but today it's really open. So whatever y'all feel like talking about, we can talk about, and whatever's on y'all mind, you know. Because sometimes I'm and I know a lot of times we can do a whole lot of talking and not enough listening. And today is called my listening show. Matter of fact, I think I want to put that in the title. Listening show. Mandela effect. Listening show. Yeah. You don't want to listen today. How you doing? Somebody
Hey,
coming on?
that's me, my good man.
Hey, hey. How you doing? How you doing, Tom?
Good. I'm doing good today. How you doing?
I'm doing great. We live now. I haven't did
Okay.
the introduction or anything, but I know we
That's all right.
live. And I was gonna change it, and I was telling them, the people that I think I want to do a little listening today.
Hey,
We do a whole lot of talking. We do a whole lot of talking, but sometimes you gotta sit back and listen.
hey.
Yeah.
Speaking of listening, I have an idea. Me and Ty were talking, and we were talking about the Smith effect. I actually did a video on it last night. I don't know if you got to see it.
Hmm. I think I probably was on. I probably was on Cowboys live.
Well, let me explain to you quickly what it is. Why we call it the Smith effect is when you're telling somebody about an ME.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll give you an example of my friend. I was telling him about Risky Business with Tom Cruise dancing with the sunglasses, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying to me, "Oh yeah, I remember that scene where he's dancing with the sunglasses and stuff." And I say, "Yeah, you remember that?" He goes, "Oh yeah, absolutely." Then, as soon as I showed him the video on YouTube without the sunglasses, he goes, "Oh, it was never like that. He never had sunglasses. That was on the videotape. I mean, it totally was like a total flip of what he remembered. Like he was just telling me a moment ago until I showed him a video. Then his whole understanding change. It wasn't like a change of opinion. It was a change of how he totally remembered it. It's like an
Oh,
ME that was
Dark
performed
Wolf
on his brain.
saying that Digital Intel had did a video on the
On
DNA
what?
changes. I ain't seen it. I'm about to check that out. Digital Intel did a video on DNA changes, and
What was that about?
I don't know. I might just check it out right now live while we sitting here. So once I do the intro, I might just go on over there and check that out. Uh,
So,
oh, the
you know what
Smith
I'm
Effect
talking about?
video I've seen. Oh, that must be your video,
Digital Scribe, not Digital Intel.
huh?
It's Digital Scribe, not Digital Intel.
No. Somebody said this was until I caught that video on DNA changes, and then it
Oh,
says,
yeah.
the Smith Effect video I seen. That's from you. So we can check
Yeah.
how long that video is.
I think the video runs about maybe about 8, 9 minutes or something. But they can watch it all. You know, they can pull it up anytime. It's
Okay.
all they got to do is go to my channel, just type in Digital Scribe as one word. You'll
Oh,
see
okay.
the ones and zeros, the green ones
Right.
and zeros, and then
Okay.
they can watch that. But the whole point I was saying that because that's something that the ME community isn't really talking about. Because a
Mm.
lot of people have that same experience when they tell somebody about the ME. They're like, remember it the way it used to be, but as soon as you show them it, all of a sudden it seems like their brain cells or their mind or whatever goes through that ME process, and then they totally recant or totally disagree with what they just said a moment ago. It's like they don't remember what they said a moment ago.
Mm.
And me, Ty experienced that, and I'm sure a lot of people out there listening experience the same thing. So I figure we just call it the Smith effect. The reason why we call it the Smith effect, you know, when you watch that movie, The Matrix, and you see
Mm.
the Smith character, and he was sort of like, you know, part of the AI system, but that was just something we just threw together. Had to give
Uh.
it a name somehow.
Uh.
So,
That's
but a lot of
good.
people watched it,
That's
and
real good.
you know,
Um. Howdy. How y'all doing? And so I know I tell people all the time, you get burned out, come to everybody live, and so you gotta take breaks every now and then. And so I might just start doing live, start it every day, do it 3 times a week. That way, people can get some breather. Cause I noticed I had some people on with me today, this afternoon, was telling me that they was crying and depressed, and maybe
now
they
why are they
was
crying or depressed?
because they getting consumed with the Mandela effect, and
Uh,
and sometimes uh, it can
well,
cause depression. It can cause confusion and panic. If you,
but
that's why I tell people if they not a reporter, if they not a seeker of information to hand it out to everybody, I wouldn't consume too much of it. As long as you know it's happening, you getting your life together and focus on God, I wouldn't spend my every waking hour looking at all the changes if I'm not gonna be part of distributing the information,
that's the
because
information. That's a very good point.
it can be
But
very overwhelming.
well, this is my spin on it. Is what I realized through all this. I mean, I've been seeing the ME for almost 2 years, and at first it was like real fascinating, but now it's like I'm kind of bored with it. It's like you've seen one change, you've seen them all. I mean, one thing I realized from the ME that everything is information in the universe. That's why the ME follows the same pattern all the time. But the
Hmm.
one thing people who get worried and upset, depressed about, it's not to get depressed. Number one, the Bible says, you know, we're only here for a short period of time. Not only that, this is not our home. This is just a passing through place. So, you know, when you pass on or you get raptured, whichever happens first, this reality that you're in for 60, 70, 90, maybe 100 years
Hmm.
is only like a short span, and then it's over with. So what I tell people, just sit back, enjoy the effects. I mean, this isn't the real world anyhow.
All
And
right.
not only that, you know,
I think
but you got
somebody.
to keep your eyes on Jesus. You
Oh
got to
yeah.
like you got to like renew your mind with the Bible. You got to think on those things that are pure, lovely, of good report, and the
Hmm.
peace of God will be on you. But If you start getting caught up with conspiracy theories and AI's out to get you and all that, what's going to happen? It's going to cause you to walk in fear instead of walking in the unconditional agape love of God.
Mm-hmm.
Because, he who's been made perfect in fear, perfect love casts out fear because fear involves torment, but he who fears has not been made perfect in the love of God. And you just got to realize that God loves you unconditionally, no matter what goes on. He's got nothing but good for you. No evil shall befall you. And that's how
Mm-hmm.
you got to think, because what a man thinketh, so is he. So if you
Yep.
think on all the negative and evil things, then you're going to start bringing more of that around. But if you start thinking, good thoughts, then things will just work out for you.
Yeah.
That's what I noticed.
We gonna be right back in just 45 seconds. Please don't turn it down. I'll be back once. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank y'all again for joining the show. I have I don't call them a guest because we all family around here. I have, none other than Tom with his famous statement, the greatest show called the Mandela Effect. I thank you all for joining us today. I wanted to do a little listening. He had a good talk with Ty yesterday, and they have a term that they wanted to coin called the Smith effect, where people agree with you when you tell them about the Mandela effect. As soon as you show it to them, their brain readjusts and deny everything that they just told you and forget. So I thank Ty for joining. Hey, the JW. Um, and I wanted to dedicate this show to the Mandela Effect crew. I might have to spread out some of these days for one day we're going to have a question and answering show where we deal with more of the room interaction, and then we have our other shows. But everybody need to have a voice or have something to contribute. And so I thank Tom for coming. You can say hey to the room. I know you already did, but hello? Tom, you still there? Tom? He must have jumped off. Well, I thank him for coming anyway. He must have to do something. I don't recall those verses. Hold on. E31, I am spending every working moment and studying the scripture changes 3 years ago. Hey, scripture called our Lord Jesus Christ a gay donkey murderer now, huh? I don't recall these verses. Who? I am a registered minister. Wait a minute. You say they call him Jesus Christ a gay donkey. A gay donkey murderer now. Where? I need to see that. We need to see that now. Matter of fact, let me see this. What? Is this in the King James Bible or this is just Uh, a different translation. Hey, just a voice. How you feeling today? I see the room is kind of weak. Maybe people didn't have a Mandela effect overload. Um, so you said that they calling him a Jesus Christ a gay donkey now. Hmm. Let's search this now. I am actually on the web. I'm going to probably I should have shared the screen with you all, but I'm not gonna share it right now because I have to go through tasks. I want to just see where that's at. Oh, he said they call him a gay donkey. Hold on. Let me see. Do you know what scripture? Hold on 1 second. I'm actually trying to find out what you just said so that we can get on top of this because if this is what they're saying, I want to know. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on for a second. I can't find that. Hmm. You have to tell me where that's at. But like again, I enjoy. I like to dedicate this to question and answer. And again, I thank Tom for jumping on real quick. He had to leave. I wish sometimes guests tell them when they're gone because I don't want to be talking to myself. Oh man, hey, look, everybody got to clean up. Everybody clean up. I know. I'm trying to break my bad habits. You know, some men don't like to clean. I don't know why, but I used to like to clean. It just, I got kids and they always messing up. So y'all done messed up when y'all getting older. Don't want to keep on cleaning up after y'all mess. But yeah, it's not there the word gay. It's in the KG Bible one time. Oh, okay. Well, a lot of people say the devil was happy. Well, and I can't recant that. Being in the Bible, gay, I never seen it, but you know, I don't like to speculate or over expand on something that I haven't really paid too much attention to. Because I've seen that scripture and I talked about that scripture many times, and a lot of people say gay used to mean happy. Just like rainbows used to be for Jesus, reminding him for not destroying the earth again. And now it done took on a whole new meaning. It's for rainbow representing now the gay pride and the gay flag and all that. And so I don't know. Um, hey, how you doing? Craig, right? I want to make sure I get this right. Wake up. That's family there. JW, that's family. We all family. died with. Um, hey, just found this channel. Hey, how you doing? I thank you for coming over here. Because I don't know if you know about the Mandela effect. I love new people coming over here. If you know anything about the Mandela effect, and if you don't, I can give you a brief summary. Well, okay, the Mandela effect. It was coined by this lady named Fiona Broom. Um, I don't identify with her because of her past endeavors. She was dipping into black magic, but she noticed that certain things was not the same. She noticed that she said that Mandela, the man from Africa, died in the 80s, and many thought the same thing, and he had died in 2013. But what's tripped out about that, they have books that's stating that he died already, and you can't say that unless it has factual proof about that. So other things that people always remembered, they said it never existed. Um, Perfect example would be John F. Kennedy. Some people say they remember three people in the car, and now it's six. And you have so many examples. You got a museum that has the replica of a four-seated car. Then you have books that seem to have four-seated cars, and now it's always been a six-seater with two more people in it. And you have other things like movies, like Snow White and the Wicked Lady uh, said to the mirror, mirror, mirror on the wall, what people remember. They said that don't exist. It's always been magic mirror. And then you have products like Febreze with two E's, and now said it's never been two E's. And Oscar Mayer, and now it's not Meye or Ma, which is I think pronounced mayor. Um, you have songs like "We Are the Champion." They used to say "of the world" at the end of the song. You know, it still says "of the world" through the song, but everybody remember "We are the champions of the world." And now you look at the video, that soundtrack, that sample is no longer there, and so. But the main thing that people are really concerned about is the Bible changes. Where now, if you're a believer in Christ, the KJV Bible is changing. They changing all of the Bibles, but they're dealing with the one that's most circulated and the one that's the highest sold one, which is the KJV. And you have things like unicorn in the Bible now, which unicorns don't exist. You got words like Easter. Easter is a pagan holiday, so it's taking the place over um, the Passover. Then you have the Lord's Prayer saying um, debts that are trespassed. And then you have a whole lot of stuff. You have cussing, like pissing on the wall in the Bible now. You have senators, and you have college, and the word couch, which the couch didn't exist. A man made the couch in 18 something, so the word couch couldn't exist then. But you got couch, And so you have a whole lot of things that people remember that now you look in history, it says it don't exist. E-Man, do you post a link to post a link to John chat? Did I post? No, no. I didn't. Um, let me see. Of of the world, not at the end anymore. Yes. Um, and so, you know, I thank you for coming. And so I thank you. I hope you subscribe to me. I've been in the Mandela Effect for approximately 3 years. Every subscriber that I've gotten came from the Mandela Effect. You know, I didn't have a Halo Kitty videos, and I didn't do anything really on YouTube until the Mandela Effect. So the subscriber base that you see all came from the Mandela Effect, and I'm more my my perspective of the Mandela Effect that we are in the ending times, and the devil is using his devices that he's given people knowledge to build to accomplish these miraculous changes, and and that's my whole brief. I don't know how brief that was, but that's my whole take on the thing. It's more of a cynical type of event. I don't believe it's one with the universe. I don't believe that we are causing it because it's too cynical. Stuff like the Bible changes, then you have the earth changes. Like you got South America no longer right directly under America no more. You have body changes, which I can't subscribe to until I see the inside of my body. You know, I look at Google as a pinch of salt of information because they are one of the primary investors in the so-called D-Wave and quantum computers. So um, that's like asking somebody that's cutting you to sew you up. So I take everything that I get from Google with a grain of salt. And so June 2016 is when I really noticed most of the changes I still talk and think about every day. I will not let them change my reality and history and say, "Oh, big deal." If it is a big deal to me. Yes, oh, I thank you. I thank you for saying that, man. Because that's what they want. They want us to just say, "Oh, it's a nonchalant thing." It really don't matter. Don't get past it. You know, if it happened, it happened. Things change all the time. Don't worry about it. But if they can change, if they can change, be right back. Half past the hour. Okay, thank you. Thank you for coming in, man. Um, and so that's my whole thing, you know. And so I try to stay grounded. I come on this channel to give people some time to get some normal, to feel like they're normal. Because some people don't feel like they're normal. Some people they get sporadic with their thoughts. Get they get you know, afraid. So just give you some kind of normalcy that you have people that's like minded that's just like you. You have, people that's been in this thing for a minute. Um, and like I say, I wanted to keep this show to the subscribers where they can ask questions and everything like that. We have so many people go on so much. Sometimes we bump each other heads, and I don't try to do that because I want to hear what they got to say too, because they might have some information that I need to know, and so I don't want to be missing other folks' show that it may be beneficiary to me, and because I'm retired or somebody didn't ask me to come on their show, I miss it, and so I would love to share my story with others that are interested on how I woke up about this. Okay, if you want to, you can come in and talk. Man, just don't do no cussing. I try to make it a family show. I can give you a link right now, and you can go ahead and come on in, and because I'm one of the people that I want to hear people's testimony and how did they find this and what it's about. So let me send you this link right now. People say I'm crazy when I do this, but hey, we need to just listen to some people, just get some things off their chest. And so, with that being said, I'm gonna post that link there. You just come on in and and you should be in and just I give you all the room you need to tell your testimony, how you found it, what it made you feel like when you found it, and how it feels now. Have you found any kind of uh, ground or
Hello, Iman.
hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you? Let me mute this thing so I don't get an echo. Let me see if I can do it right.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is good.
Craig.
He just found my channel. He's been in this Emmy for about 3 years. He say
2 years.
2 years, and so
Yes.
I'm gonna give him some space to
I,
tell us about his history in the Mandela effect. And there you go, Greg.
okay. Can I ask you a question? Am I getting an echo? Are you hearing an echo? Is
No,
anybody hearing an echo?
I don't hear echo.
Okay. Because I shut down, I had other windows open, and that sometimes has an echo. But yeah, actually, I found your channel just yesterday or day before, either yesterday or day before. Just a Voice, Ron, posted a link to your channel. I said, and so I subscribed. And I listened to your a few of your chats yesterday and today a little bit, and I really liked the I like the way you talk and how humble and meek you are, and it's not about you, and you can test the spirits with people, and what they're how they're talking and
Yeah, their intentions.
their intentions, and I like your spirit, and you seem like a very humble, honest man, and this is no time for liars and deceivers. We don't have time for that. This is all about the truth. And
Amen.
yeah, who's the truth? Jesus Christ.
That's it.
So a lot has changed for me, and this I can give a brief synopsis of what
Hey,
happened.
let's see, we only been on for 3 minutes, so you got some time.
Let's see, it was April 2016, so that's exactly 2 years ago. Within a few days, I was on YouTube, and I thing came up about 9/11, September 11. The Trade Center buildings,
Mm-hmm.
And you know, my stepfather worked in one of those buildings 20 years ago, so I've been there a couple times to the office. I've been to the top floor and looked down, and I lived in Connecticut for a year, and so I
Mm.
know New York. I know Manhattan and New York City pretty well, but I was so I knew watched the news, and I bought into that planes and the buildings coming down the way the narrative they gave us.
Mm.
But 2 years ago, I saw a YouTube and I video, and it just took about, well, maybe more than one video, 10 or so videos, and 2 days of researching it. I found out that the whole story was not the way they told us.
Mm.
The Pentagon, there was no plane trace of plane there, and the plane that crashed in the field, there was no plane, and where's all the luggage and the plane wings and all that, and there was explosions, and 2 days of research, and I found out that this was an inside job.
Mm.
And that shocked me because I remember in 2001 when it happened. I'm a veteran from the Air Force. I wasn't in that long, but I remember, you know what? I'm going to sign up. If they take me, I get sign up and let's get those guys that did that to us. But of course, I really
Mm.
wasn't going to sign up. But I was mad that they did that. And then I found out the truth 2 years ago and how I was lied to. And that was the beginning of my rabbit hole searching for the truth.
Mm.
Uh, and wasn't shortly after that, flat Earth videos started coming up, and I'm like, what's this flat Earth? You know, what are you gonna walk off the edge or something? And I that took Iman 3 weeks of investigating, researching, because you know they've been brainwashing us since we were kindergartners, you know, since we were little kids, about the solar system and we're spinning and we're evolution and all this stuff. But after 3 weeks of researching, and I just couldn't let the globe go. I was, you know, I mean, I've been, you know, a fan of all the science movies and Star Trek and, you know, all that. And so, you know, not a big fan, but I watched all the movies and they couldn't be lying about something so big like that. Well, 3 weeks of researching and I'm 8 hours a day. And I realized that we've been deceived on an unbelievable level. And
Mm.
now I know that, well, I'm not spinning right now. Are you spinning 1,000 miles an hour?
Mm.
No, we're not spinning. And in fact, the stars move around, just like God says in the Bible. I don't know why people didn't go to the Bible. It tells us that the earth is on its foundation and it does not move. I have 75 verses written down in my book here that shows we live on a flat earth with a firmament above us. And I
Mm.
don't know why more people didn't talk about it. NASA, look, they got a snake tongue in their logo. I mean, they're just liars and deceivers. Uh,
Mm.
So that was big. That took 3 weeks of researching, and I'm convinced now that they've been lying. It's maybe part of it's to hide God, to make us seem like we're unimportant and we're spinning in the universe and we just came from rocks and or evolved or something like that. But that's all lies.
Mm.
And so I got the 9/11, then the flat Earth, then did you see the Gothard Tunnel ceremony in June 2016, like a month later? Well,
Yeah,
from there,
yeah.
yeah, I saw that satanic ceremony and on YouTube, and I watched it. I go, wow, that's pretty wicked. And then right in that same week, I started seeing things about Bible changes, and I was like,
Mm.
Bible changes. I looked into it. I got my Bible out. I looked, whoa. Well, my grandma taught my brother and I when I was really little, 3 years old, and I know the Lord's Prayer like I know my own name, and I've been saying it, for I'm 57 years old, so I've
Mm.
been saying it for 54 years, and I know it by heart, and I've been saying it, I know it by heart, and when I saw that it changed to debts and debtors, I went, what? No, it's trespasses and trespasses. No, 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 no. And there's other
Hold on for a second.
parts
Hold
of
on
it.
for a second. Hey, 73, how you doing? Uh, it won't allow you to come into the Hangout. Do you have Hangout downloaded on your phone? If you download Hangout on your phone, you should be fine. Try your phone, and but you have to download Hangout on your phone, and it should allow you in. Uh, and I will put that link again in the chat. Uh, I'm your elder speaker. Uh,
Okay, can I talk?
Hey, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. So after that satanic ceremony in Switzerland and that opening of that Gothard Tunnel, that during that same week in the beginning of June in 2016, I found a lady called Kat EYA,
Mm-hmm.
and she was also saw the Gothard Tunnel, and she was shocked, and she was making videos about the Bible changes, and I was getting my Bible out and looking at it and said, yeah, what's these words? Matrix, bank, bottles, butler, unicorn, naughty, gay, gorgeous stuff, pisses. I mean, all these crazy words. I was like, well, those aren't in the Bible. God wouldn't have that in his Bible. I was like, what the heck is it? I got a whole list I got books on pages of this crazy words, and they're changing it so much. That once I found out the Bible's being changed, I knew something big is happening. But I would like to share one more thing about 2013. So this is about 2 years, 3 years before I even saw the Trade Center thing. I'll be in Walmart, and Oscar Mayer, bologna, and hot dogs and stuff.
Mm.
So I was in the grocery store and I'm looking at, I bought the salami and bologna, Oscar Mayer, and I've been buying it all my life. And I was at the grocery store and I looked at it one time and it said Oscar Mayer.
Mm.
And I looked at it, Mayer? Wait, Mayer? I thought it was a knockoff brand. You know how Walmart has knockoff brand? It's cheaper. I thought maybe that's a knockoff brand or something. I don't know, because they have knockoff brand cereal and stuff. So I said, I don't like it. It's not the real Oscar Mayer. I'm not going to get it. And then within a week, I found out that it's always been Oscar Mayer. I said, no. I know the Oscar Mayer bologna song, and no. I know how it's spelled. I'm 57 years old. You're going to change that name, and I'm not going to notice. And so, but I didn't make a big deal of it. I just thought it was a knockoff brand. Then when the Mandela effect, after that satanic ceremony, I found out that a lot of things have changed. I mean, the Ford logo and the Volvo logo, and Forrest Gump. I mean, champions of the world, doesn't it say of the world? I mean, on and on. Names have changed, and I'm like, whoa. So I'm gonna keep on looking in YouTube videos and talking about and chatting back and forth with people. And there's only a small percentage of us that are seeing this or care, I should say. Some can see it, but they don't care. But I said in the chat just now before I got on, Iman, you're changing my history, you're changing my memory, trying to fool me. I care. You don't do that. I know what I know. And you can believe what you want to believe. But most of the people, when you ask them right away, you say, what do you think? How many people in the JFK car? They say, when he got assassinated in Texas, they say 4. And that's what I know. And but some people say, no, it's 6. Now it is 6. I said, well, I've seen a lot of videos, over the years. It was always 4. Now it's 6. But that's just one of many things. But then I found it, Iman. I know I'm trying to go fast so I can cover a lot. But I found out the Bible verses, Amos 8 and Daniel 7:25 and 2 Thessalonians and Revelations 22, talking about all this stuff that's going to happen. That God's going to send that Satan's going to perform lying signs and wonders, and that God's going to send a strong delusion because they don't love the truth. And so it's all biblical. Everything that's happening is biblical prophecy. It's not. So that really made me feel better. I wasn't scared of the changes, but I sure didn't know how they were doing it. And I wanted to know. And then I found out, I wouldn't say I was a backslider because my grandparents went to church and they believe in Jesus Christ and God, but my parents did not. They lived outside. They lived in the world and never took me to church. I only went to church with my grandparents on both sides. And so I had a little Sunday school training, and I've had friends that were Christians, but I really wasn't any kind of follower. I was in the world, rock and roll. I was in the casino business and real estate. I was just doing my own thing, so I didn't I always looked and researched all the different religions, and I wanted to find out the truth. But if you dig deep and you keep searching for the truth, you end up with Jesus, the Bible. That's the truth. Of course, it's been changed now, but there's only one truth, the real truth, and all the other ones are satanic, as far as I'm concerned. Everybody can believe what they want, but it's just not the truth.
I sent you an email. Did you get that email? I don't know if somebody restricted your last message. Maybe you did with your email. But I
Me?
sent you an email. Hold on for a second. I sent you an email, so see if you got that email. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of people act like that. I was talking to the room just now. They was asking me a question. Um, Somebody else trying to get in, they can't get in.
I see his picture now.
Hey guys, Dark Wolf here. How y'all doing?
Hey,
Good. How
Doug
you
Wolf,
doing?
how you feeling?
I'm doing wonderful, buddy. Doing wonderful. How y'all been?
I am
Good.
doing just fine, man. Um, yeah. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Appreciate that.
Dark Wolf.
We have Craig in. Some guests from the channel, and then we have Dark Wolf, and Craig just was giving his how he found the Mandela effect, and yeah, and I want to go back to that EYA. Me and
Yeah.
came in around the same time, in the Mandela effect. But who really woke me up was Photo Hill,
Photo. Yeah. Me too.
and
Actually,
so
I found her channel later, but you're right. Same with me, Iman. I was Photo Helix was the first video that I ever saw. Some Southern guy, long hair, in the forest, talking about depends and the Bible changing and all these different things. And well, this guy, what's going on? But I listened. For some
yeah,
reason it piqued my interest, and so I listened to him. And then I got my Bible out and I was looking at things, and I said, yeah,
and
that's right. And
and
he
so
was the very first one
yeah,
that I
so
saw.
Dark Wolf, are you still there? Hello?
I don't see him.
I see his bottle.
I see his model too.
Yeah,
He was on the hang. Iman.
yeah,
Dark Wolf was on a hangout. Vanessa VA.
huh?
Vanessa VA, her channel.
Yeah,
Dark Wolf and I were on the same hangout about 4 months ago. She sent a link like you did, and he was on there, and that's how I met him about 4 months ago.
and Dark Wolf, did you get disconnected? Uh, if you did, I hope you come on back and tell us your story, and we would love to hear it. I didn't mute you. You just disappeared. Uh, but yeah,
Well, I was one more thing. After this, I didn't interrupt you, but I've been researching this for 2 years. I can't stop researching it. Some people just let it go, but for me, it's all my life right now. This is a big deal, really big deal to me, because I know we're in the end times.
yeah. And see, the thing is, I tell people, only reason I give people the warning, and if you are a distributor of the Mandela effect, and what I mean is, if you are reporting, trying to wake people up, and trying to help others see the light, then that's a great thing. But if you're just a person that got the information, you woke up, but you don't want to be a distributor, you don't want to consume too much because it can become time consuming. Then you can get sporadic with your thought patterns, and it can overwhelm you.
Yeah, I don't
Because,
just cover this only myself personally. I've been researching down many rabbit holes. You probably.
yeah.
You got music.
Hold on for a
You
second.
probably know. Oh, is that your phone?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Hello? Hey, how you doing? Okay, we coming right out. Okay. Yeah, go get that stuff, Martin, now. Yeah. Go. Yeah, they trying to get something to eat.
Oh, okay.
And
Got to do that. We got to eat.
I ordered with Uber.
Oh, okay.
That's the best delivery service I done seen.
Yeah, Uber's doing that now. They're
Yeah,
delivering you.
man. I
You
mean,
can get
they
all kinds of food.
what? What happened? And and so I use them when I don't feel like driving.
Yeah, they're not that
I be
expensive.
praying. I be praying that they don't do nothing to it. Yeah,
Pray over your food.
hey, raw. I think that's how you pronounce it. Thank you for joining. I never.
I can't see the chat. I don't know why.
Oh, you can't see it because I'm
Oh,
in the program OBS program, and
uh-huh.
I use that because it's uh, CBS OBS Studio.
No problem. I mean,
It's
if
smoother.
somebody
It's
asks a
smoother.
question
Right. It's
and they want
smoother
to,
when I do videos. That's all.
yeah, no, if you see something that somebody asking me or something, you can just tell me.
Right. Yeah, and I don't. They're not asking
Yeah.
a question. You can always the chat just mute the screen and you can see the chat too. Uh,
Oh, mute it?
yeah, you can mute your when you click on my name and go to my channel where it says live, you
Right.
the video will come up with what you're seeing, and you just take the volume and mute the volume so it don't feedback.
Oh,
And cause right now you're on the system, but you're on it. Uh, uh, I didn't push live on Hangout, but you are still live, so they can hear you, even though uh,
okay.
push live.
Well, I didn't figure it out. No, I can, I'm learning all this stuff. I started my own channel about 2 weeks ago.
I'm gonna check
Uh,
you out. I'm gonna check you out.
yeah, it's not, I only got a few videos, but I really didn't know how to do it. My neighbor showed me. I didn't
Mm.
even know I had a channel. My neighbor said, you got a channel. I said, I don't got a channel. He goes, yeah, you do. So I clicked on my icon. He goes, yeah, you got 30 subscribers. And I said, well, I don't even have a channel. How does anybody? So that was weird. I didn't even know I had a channel. So I felt obligated now that I have a channel and I have people following me. I said, well, I better say something. So I made Nils Ottesen.
Neil, yeah, I think I
He's from Norway.
watch this. Now, let me tell you this. I try to keep my mind purged from unnecessary information.
Yeah,
I know
it's okay.
most
But I'm just saying
people.
I have a channel now. It's not a big deal.
No,
I
not
mean,
not not your channel. Not. It's just like names. I have so many names I come across. It's hard,
yeah,
it's hard to, and I try to keep my memory intact. Where sometimes you can have unnecessary information and
sure. Overdo it.
overload. So I try to
Yeah,
take it down
yeah,
to the bare minimum. You
yeah.
And so,
You know what I do, Amon? I mean, just learning my lesson the hard way. But at the beginning, I was kind of arguing with people, saying, "Yeah, look, it's always been this way," and but you can't convince people if they either see or they don't see. And
well,
I learned that right
I give
away.
you a perfect example of that too, though. Um, it's not. It's sometimes you have to be patient. People can't see when you see, or people can't adjust this because it's a big pill to swallow.
Sure is.
And my wife, I've been in this 3 years, and she just woke up to um the enemy maybe 4 months ago.
Oh wow.
So
So
she
wow,
thought
that's a
all them
long time.
times
Yeah,
that I was crazy.
yeah. You know what
She
happened to
wouldn't say
me
it to
when I
my
found out?
face. She wouldn't say it to my face, but she said there's something wrong with that man. But see, patience is virtue. If you,
Yes, it is. Yes,
especially
it is.
if you love somebody really, and like
Yeah.
love God's people, sometimes you have to uh, uh, peck at it. You got to peck at it, and eventually that ice will break
Yeah.
because
I think if
this
you
is
do all things in love, if you do all things with love, love
right.
is very powerful. God is love, and if you do it with love, I
Yeah,
think love will end up prevailing.
and so and sometimes it takes longer for others, and so I tend not to give up on people so quick like I used to. I used to say, skip it then. Y'all don't care. I don't care. I ain't never gonna get you then. Care about what the
I've learned
devil
that
doing,
lesson.
and you
You
don't
know
care
what I
about
did?
God's word. Well, okay. You
Yeah.
the devil. You know.
You can give everybody an overload, give them too much at one time, and that's just too much for them. But if you just give them a little bit, maybe start out with like 9/11 or flat Earth or Bible,
Yeah.
one, just a little bit.
Now
You
you
know,
know, I hear that flat Earth thing, and that's interesting. It's an interesting subject. But you know, I'm one of them. I'm one of the people that say if the flat or round, as long as I don't fall over nothing, and as long as it don't, it ain't no it being from flat or round is not
salvation issue.
my life a negative way. You know, uh,
Right.
I don't I don't I hear that, but it's just like people talk about when Jesus died. Did he die on Saturday or Sunday or what day he rose?
Right.
And I tell people all the time, my whole point on that he did die and that he rose again for my sin and with all power in his hand. Uh, I don't care if it was a Tuesday. I don't care if it was a Wednesday. And the point that he died and he rose. So,
Right. Yeah. We don't have to nitpick about every single
right. So
hour
I
and
don't.
time and that.
The only
Yeah.
reason I cover the Mandela effect so hard because it's not because of nitpicking, it's because they're changing atoms, they're changing stuff in your house, and if it's true about the body, they changing the inside of you. And so,
Well, that's another one I don't really. I mean, people say their body's changing, but mine didn't change yet. Maybe it
what
will,
we
but
won't
I
know
didn't.
unless we do an X-ray and see.
Well, I mean, I don't see any changes. Maybe an X-ray would show, but and I have a heart issue, and so I kind of monitor my heart and know where my heart's at, and my heart's still in the same old place it was before, over to the left side,
Mm,
and my thumbs are still the same. My eyes look the same in the mirror and everything. I don't know. I see people talk about it, and they profess it's true, but I, for me, everything seems the same because I got two bad knees, a bad back, and a bad heart, and they're all still bad. If I got new ones, I sure be happy about that.
hey Melissa, this is Craig. This is Craig.
Oh, I met Melissa over a year ago on her channel.
He
She's the one
said
with the
he said
farm.
he didn't see you. I had an open chat today. I know y'all say don't do that, but sometimes
Melissa,
I
she's
like
something
to
special.
give people opportunity to, express themselves. Everybody have a voice, and if they turn out to be not good, I still the moderator, and so sometimes I roll the dice. But this seems like he seems to be a well grounded man. He's been in the Mandela effect for
She knows me.
maybe
She knows
now
me.
2 years, and
Yeah, she
so
started making videos. I don't know if it was her first one, but she made a video, I don't know, over a year ago, and she started showing about her chickens and her cows and stuff. And she made a story. I'll say a really cute one. She had to get the chickens into the pen one time, and they were not cooperating, and they were just going all over the place. And she just got fed up. And she went inside and prayed, and she came out and said, "God, I need your help." And she said something, and all of a sudden the chickens lined up and went right into their pen. So you know what? God can do anything. So it was kind of amazing. I laughed when they all lined up in the line and they all went into their pen because she prayed all about it and they all cooperated. And I thought it was funny.
and
Real funny, yeah,
she a praying
yeah,
woman. That's why I say sometimes next week I want to have a prayer convention, a prayer explosion. Uh,
well, great.
I'm a I'm a email Photo Helix. I'm good friends with him. Uh,
Yeah, I've learned a lot from him.
I'm gonna have him on. I'm asking Melissa, you want to come on that day? All the prayer
She had,
warriors, so that we can pray for certain situations, the Mandela effect, and
yeah,
we may have some prayers that they're trying to get answered or get grounded, and so we're gonna just spend a couple of hours just praying, praying that people get some get some ground and, and whatever.
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
This is really puzzling me because when I woke up 2 years ago and the Bible was changing, I would thought, well, the churches and these pastors and ministers are all going to speak up and shout about it and everything like that. I was just waiting for the word to get out and everybody. But this is 2 years now, and it's like crickets. Everybody says crickets. That's a good terminology because, not, I mean, only a couple like Robbie Santiago, a guy, and Bill Bean, and a guy Garcia in Idaho. A few pastors came out and spoke about it, and except for Bill Bean, he's been on the radio shows and stuff, but they just spoke about it for a couple of weeks and then they didn't say anything. Now it's 2 years later, and no, these pastors and ministers are just quiet. How could you? I mean, they've been
But
reading the
that's
Bible
what
way
the
longer
world
than
is now.
me.
That's what the devil's doing. The devil is shutting pastors down, or they just shutting themselves down because they don't
Yeah,
want no controversy, so they can keep getting these tithes and offerings and
yeah, but these guys
money.
actually came
And,
out,
and
Iman, and they
yeah, but
real.
that's just for a brief
Yeah, brief
time. You know,
period.
it really wasn't something that was deep in his heart. He didn't see like it was an informational session. It was
Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to share something very important. You're absolutely right about the tithe because two of the three that I just mentioned, when they made a video, they were more concerned with losing their congregation by telling them the truth than they were about just telling them the truth. They were
yeah.
saying, please don't leave my church if I tell you this. I don't think I'm crazy. Please don't leave my church. And they're so
Hey,
worried about the money and the tithe and people leaving them. You know what? It's not about money. This is the truth. You're not
I
selling
mean, I
people.
mean, I would tell God if that's the case, I just don't have a church because I can't call good evil and evil good, and God
Right. You can't just
to me, I'm
worry
gonna be the
about the
same to
truth.
you,
The
and
truth has
so
to be spoken, whether it be spoken to one person
that's
or
it.
1,000. It
And
doesn't
so,
matter.
and so, I tell people all the time, I probably prohibit my pastorship because I'm in a church. They looking for a pastor, and they probably was looking at me. But when I started talking about the Mandela effect, they said that's good that you see the Mandela effect. But we just trust in God, and I wouldn't, I'm not gonna let it go. And they see how persistent I am, and so I might have lost becoming a pastor there because of my persistent information. But some of them was waking up and seeing the changes, and just
Well, that's good.
my wife 2.5 years. So you know,
2.5 years. Wow.
I mean,
Getting
I'm
an
laying
audio check.
I'm laying in the bed with her every day. So
Well, I'm glad that she's awake and sees him now. I mean, so that gives me hope that some of these people. I would just share something real quick. When I found out about this 2 years ago, I sent an email, a group email, to my relatives, my sisters, and my relatives, aunts and uncles, and everything. Like big email with the CC copy to everybody about stuff, and nobody answered. Nobody.
uh,
They didn't. They were like they were afraid to talk to me anymore. You think I'm going crazy? I was just trying to tell them what I found out, and they was like now they don't even. They're afraid to talk to me. They think I'm going to come up with some conspiracy or something. I'm just trying to share them the truth, what I found, and now they don't even want to talk to me. I only have one sister now that'll talk to me, but she don't want me to talk to me about Mandela effect or changes.
mm,
She said to me last time I talked to her about a week ago, she said, "No, I don't know Mandela effect stuff. You're not talking about that still." I said, "Well, not to you because you said if you don't want to talk to me, I won't talk to you about it." But hopefully she will wake up. And
yeah. And
I
so
don't want to lose
with
my.
that, I normally don't let the show go too long. I'm not a long-winded person. I try to do like my show like I would do my church. I don't try to be rush. But God say a lot of people say people attention span is 15 minutes, and you just talk over and over, and you start losing people. And so I try to keep it as short as possible, so people can want to come back later. You
Yeah,
Oh, is it
give them all the
working?
good. They be like, "Oh man, I'm full. I don't need no more." And so, and I enjoyed your time on the show, Greg, right? Greg, let's make sure I got that.
Craig.
Greg, yeah, Craig. Well, I ain't gonna forget that because I like Friday. Come on, Craig.
Yeah, I know you from about Vanessa's channel, Dark Wolf, about
And
four
so,
months ago.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I forgot all about that, Craig.
Yeah, we were on the hangout with Vanessa on that one day. That was my first live stream ever.
Oh,
Really?
Doc
Yeah.
Wolf, now you're
Part of
back,
that
man.
day.
I was trying to give you some time, man, and you came back a little late, man. Go ahead, I'm gonna extend this hour for Doc Wolf. Go give me a little brief summary about how you came into the Mandela effect and what woke you up and how people treat you when you tell them, or have you told anybody?
All right, I can definitely answer all that. So in 2015, I found it. I was one of the original people that found the Mandela effect. I guess you'd say. So I watched a video by a guy named Mikey Chin, Beyond Science, and he was talking about at the end of a video how a lot of people remember Berenstein being Berenstein. I went, wait a minute, I love your work, but you're wrong about this. I'm going to write an email and prove it to you. I'll be right back. And I went to look online. Of course, I couldn't find any Berenstein anymore, which blew my mind. I learned to read on those books. That was a meme in my life. It was a thing for me. So I knew right then and there something wasn't right. Then back then we had like 4 examples. We had Mandela, we had Star Wars, we had Berenstein Bears, and I think Mirror Mirror or something, which I don't agree with the Mirror Mirror one. But still, I realized real quick that something wasn't right, and I wasn't scared. I wasn't, oh my God, what's happening in my reality? No, I was fascinated. My first thought was, wow, what is this and why is it happening? I got to figure this out. So that's what brought me into it. And I've been researching it ever since. And then have I told people about it? Yes, I've told a lot of people. I work in a public place. I work in a hotel. So I tell people all the time. And every now and then I'll get a Mr. Smith, but most of the time people are generally open to what I got to say. I've only had 2 or 3 that have tried to shut me down, and that's it.
That's good. So, I think you got a channel so that you can tell people where your channel, your work is, so that they haven't subscribed. But you said you've been doing it for a long time, so you probably know everybody by now.
I appreciate that. Yeah, my channel is Dark Wolf's Den. I do the Mandela Effect Theory series. I started about a year ago, and I haven't really seen a whole lot of people do theories, especially not consistently like I have. So if anybody's interested in theories or you have one of your own I haven't covered, I'd be more than glad to cover it on my channel. Like I said, I do the METS, the Mandela Effect Theory series.
And I thank you so much for coming on. I hate the hour has expired, but I come on mostly daily at 6 o'clock. So I would love if you come by where we ain't in a rush. Uh, so that we
I appreciate
have
that.
some dialogue and some more topics, and you tell us a little bit about some of these theories, that you been checking out, because we all want to know what is happening, how it's happening, how it could be happening, who's doing it, and stuff like that. And so it's always good to hear everybody's perspective. And I always say, um, don't know one person has the answer, but we all may have pieces. And so we want to hear your piece to the puzzle. And I would be glad to have you and Craig back anytime you
It'd be an honor.
want it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, and
Yeah, I'd like to know how they're doing this too. I mean, that's the biggest puzzle to me is how the heck are they doing this?
now, see, then this is what, now, I said all that to say this because I always tell people we are very acquisitive people, that we always want to figure out things and find out answers. And sometimes, if it's demonic and it's cynical, maybe the answer is not there. Maybe we can't find the answer. Maybe we have pieces of the answer, but the puzzle have jagged edges where we have part of the puzzle, but it's not a whole pie. You still got.
Well, Iman, if I may leave you with one thought before you close out, and this is one reason I wanted to jump on here because you were discussing the Bible changes. I've been doing some research in that lately, and I found one pattern starting to emerge, and that's the fact that every time a word is changed, it's changed to a specific word. On is always changed to in. Awesome's always changed to dreadful or terrible. I'm finding a correlation in these changes, so I just wanted to throw that out there real
Oh
quick.
yeah, and see that's why I say you hear how he's piecing some of the puzzle together. So definitely check out his channel. And say your channel again so that people can get a make a second chance to have an opportunity to go over there and check out your work.
I most appreciate that, Iman. Yeah, my channel is Dark Wolf's Den. I am Dark Wolf, and it is Dark Wolf's Den, home of the Mandela Effect Theory series, or the METS for short.
And Craig, you said you had a channel, so go ahead and do your channel again.
Oh, my channel is just my name, just Craig Gaddis. Like I said, I only had it for 2 weeks. I didn't even know I had a channel. My neighbor said, "Oh, everybody's got a channel." I said, "I don't got a." Yeah, you do. So I clicked on my icon. It was just a K, and I found out I do got a channel. And then he said,
Mm,
"Yeah, you got 30 followers." I felt kind of like, well, I got to make a video then.
mm-hmm.
So I made about 4 videos in the last 2 weeks with the help of my neighbor because I'm not that tech savvy, but I'm getting better at it. And I'd like
And,
to do some live streams and bring on some people.
and, and I always say, enjoy your small beginnings because it's always it gets better as you go, and we need all hands on deck. Is no, is, God say the first will be last, and last will be first, and so there's no big person in this thing, and no little person. We all are needed equally. We are all in one body, and everything on
Amen.
the body works in unison. And so, like again, I thank you all for coming on, and I would love to have you again anytime soon. And thank you, Room, for coming out. And I always pray before I leave,
Okay.
so I'm gonna pray right now, Father God. A matter of fact, I'm any one of y'all want to pray. I don't want to be selfish. Any one of y'all want to pray us out. Yeah.
You were doing great.
Okay, Father God, I thank you for the opportunity to meet the two gentlemen that Craig that's starting out to give the message out to people, and um, Dark for being a pillar in the community, telling his theories and figuring out certain things that need to be figured out that people need to know the answer. We thank you for their wisdom. We thank you for his wisdom. We thank you for their patience. I thank you for giving them insight, God. God, give them greater clarity. Give them greater information, God. Um, keep their mind focused on you, God, and bless them whatever they do, God. Um, right now, God, I thank you for everybody that joined the line, God. I thank you that we had a great discussion today, and thank you for the guests, God. Without guests and without people that's interested in this Mandela effect, um, I can't be me, God. So I thank you for it. I humbly thank you for giving me an opportunity to meet them today. And God, right now, anybody that has any questions, comments, or anything that they wanted to hear, I hope that it came across today in the show, God. I hope that they got some information that they need to carry them another day, God. And I hope that they keep their mind focused on you and love their neighbors and keep their relationship built on you, God. Until we meet again, God, and we don't leave your presence, but we leave this time, God, right now, God, and I love you. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. And so
Amen.
with that,
Amen.
and so with
Yeah,
that, I thank you all.
eat your dinner.
Huh?
Eat your dinner. I know your Uber driver brought your dinner, right?
Yeah. And so it's probably getting cold, but that's all right.
All right. Thanks for having me and Dark Wolf, and I appreciate it. And yeah, I was enjoyable. Like I said, I really liked just the way you presented your channel. You don't act like a know-it-all. You're a humble man, and you speak the truth, and that's what I'm about today. I want to know about the truth.
Amen. Amen. So thank y'all, and y'all have a nice day.
Okay. God bless you
Thanks,
guys.
Iman. Have a great one, bud.
God bless everyone.